heavyweight is at its worst, era ever. Ever. If we look at this division, outside of maybe the top three, we're talking about one-dimensional fighters. Maybe top four. Still, that's no good. Top five, even if we're pushing at top five. Outside of the top five, let's just say, we're talking about just unskilled, one-dimensional fighters, and it's disgusting to see. Let's talk about it. Number one, you got Tom Aspinall. Well-rounded. Cyril Gane, you know what? He is one-dimensional, but he is still an evolution of striking for this division. He moves like a lightweight, like a welterweight when you look at his striking, which is nice to see. That is evolution. Volkov, he moves well. He's well-rounded. Sergey Pavlovich, he was a very one-dimensional fighter, but now has progressed to kind of a guy that's more of a point guy. He doesn't commit to his shots as much, I believe, after he got knocked out by Tom Aspinall. And yeah, he point fights more. He does take down his opponents now, which is nice to see, and he implements better grappling than he once had. And yeah, that's progressive. But when I think about it, outside of that, there is no one. Jailton Almeida, now he's going back to light heavyweight, but seriously, that guy's one-dimensional. And he's so one-dimensional that when he fought Rizvan Kuniev, this was embarrassing for him, I'm sorry. You were able to shut down the grappling of Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida is known for not so good striking at all, okay? Rizvan Kuniev has some pretty decent striking at least. He's able to knock a guy out. What does he do? He was scared to strike with Jailton Almeida. Don't get me wrong, he won the rounds. But he would land his shots, clinch up for 40 seconds, have Dan Miragliotta have to break it up, I think 5 times I counted during that fight. What are you doing there? What are you doing? Jailton Almeida is a one-dimensional guy. And still you fight with poor IQ. We even seen this in the Teixeira versus Bam Bam fight. Teixeira, first of all, that cardio. I don't know what you're doing there. Come on. But you're fighting a one-dimensional fighter like Taito Ivasa who depends on his striking. He depends on that one-shot knockout. You take him down, do absolutely nothing with it. No, absolutely nothing. The next round, you're piecing him up on the feet. You go to grapple. You have Taito Ivasa so tired, but somehow this man has just as bad cardio as a man that struggled to make 265. What am I looking at? What is that? You're fighting a one-dimensional fighter. A guy that does not have good grappling. You should have been able to submit Taito Ivasa. Knock him out. Submit him. Ground him out. Something. How do you have that bad cardio? There's so much holes in every single fighter at heavyweight that it's just not a competitive division to any other division. My advice to light heavyweights right now that are struggling at light heavyweight, move up to heavyweights. You will become a top 10 fighter automatically. Potentially top 5 fighter. Vitor Petrino moved up to light heavyweight. He's finding great success. That man was 0-2 in his last 2 fights at light heavyweight. He's 2-0 now at heavyweight. Guys, take advice. Go to heavyweight if you are a light heavyweight and struggling. It's the best thing you can do. It's just not a good division. I believe firmly it is the only division in the UFC that was better 10 years ago. 10 years ago, heavyweight would wreck most of the guys in this division. Now, Tom Aspinall, I think he is obviously on a different level from the guys in his division currently. Cyril Gane, that fight was close in the first round, but I do believe that he would have had the advantage going into the later rounds. Personally, Tom Aspinall, I do think that he is a better fighter than Cyril Gane. But nonetheless, you look at all the guys from the top 10 in the past, guys, I say at least 8 out of 10 of them would beat the guys in this division. Well, yeah. Honestly, I'd replace everyone but Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall. And potentially, if Daniel Cormier, I know that's not 10 years ago, but if Daniel Cormier was at heavyweight right now, he would beat Aspinall. He would beat Cyril Gane. He would be champion. Like, I'm not confident in any of these guys' skills. Like, Tom Aspinall must be laughing right now. I know he's currently like blind in one eye, yes, but I'd be laughing if this is my division. There's no one that could take my title away. Tom Aspinall's title, not mine. I'd get knocked out by all of them. I agree. I agree with that. I know that. But like, if I'm Tom Aspinall, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at this. This is easy work. My only test is Cyril Gane. Wow, lucky man. Unless a light heavyweight moves up. And a lot of light heavyweights should move up. Alex Pereira, he could honestly move up and do some major damage to this division. He could very well be top 3 in this division easily. There's no guy there that could beat Pereira other than Cyril Gane, I believe, and of course Tom Aspinall. But his skill, it would take him there easily. And anybody let me put it this way, anybody in the top 5 at light heavyweight could potentially be champion at heavyweight. I said light heavyweight to heavyweight, right? I hope I did. But heavyweight, I'm just pissed at the fact that it's this bad right now, because you love to see a heavyweight fight. I was watching this fight with my father. Which one was it? Almeida and Rizvan Kuniev. Normally, we're so excited to watch heavyweight fights. We went upstairs to go eat ice cream during this fight. Because I already knew this fight was not going to a finish. This fight was not going to be interesting at all. And what do you know? I called it. Just clinching the whole time. That's all it was, really. Just collar ties. La-da-dee-la-da-da. A few strikes here and there. Did no damage whatsoever. Neither fighter got rocked. Just a boring fight overall. Same with Taito Ivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira. Now this one we did watch, but I didn't. I was just, contemplating my life while I was watching this fight. I'm like, how can you be this bad? Both fighters after the fight could not even go and sit on a stool, could not get up. They were gassed. And here's the thing, okay? I'm not saying they're bad fighters, but at the same time, this is your job. You gotta show up for it. Like, this is something you're supposed to be good at. This is something you're supposed to deliver on. And how can you not work hard to deliver? Even if you get knocked out, at least, put effort in. That's all I'm asking for. And that fight didn't have effort. Yeah. Guys, tell me this. Who do you think will come up in this division? And who do you think even is a heavyweight prospect in the regional scene that would do really well in the heavyweight division? Because right now, my eyes are on Gable Steveson. And that's all. I can't think of someone other than him that would probably do damage in this heavyweight division. Maybe Walter Walker, if he just leg locks his way to a championship. That's very possible. But other than that, not too sure. Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.